Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy day after Christmas. Welcome. Welcome. Give you guys a few minutes to get on in here. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young, a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt, and they believe debt is just a part of life, and it's not. It is so not. So welcome, everybody. Get on in here. I will be unlike any financial person that you've probably ever met in your life, and that's not even bragging. You know how I know? Because I believe in math. The only difference between me and you is that I trust math. Not even you. Let's put it this way. The only difference between the wealthy and not wealthy is mathematics. What's up, Quentin? Welcome. Arcarp, welcome. Norvell, Pedro, hello there. Hyphy, what's up? It's 8 in the building. Yeah. Y'all hit the like button. Thank you, Hyphy. Much appreciated. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Much appreciated. Thank you. Let me put my banner up there just in case if you like to schedule your free consultation with me. Just go to my website, click on book now. What's up, Best Version? Good job on your videos, Best Version. I'm loving them, man. I like them. Little drive, make it feel like we're driving with you in the car with the music in the background. I like that. What's up, Mark? Nonstop Dre, good morning, good evening. Life for a Business, happy holidays. Happy holidays. Let me, did I put that picture up here? One second, I'm gonna give you guys a second to get on in here. Okay. And let's see, what did I do with that? Okay, here we go. Open up. All right. Come on in here. Come on in. Come on in. Ain't that crazy that I can say things like that? I'll be unlike anybody on still hard at work. Yep, I see. Oh, you at work. Okay. Hey, that's okay. That's okay, because you got a plan, Mark. That's okay. You got a plan now. So work is when you have a plan, going to work is a little bit different now, right? Because you know where that money is about to go. That money from that job is about to free you. Yeah. Our Carp says 53,000 applicants rejected. They can't release that many from financial prison. No. They can't release that many of their slaves. You're a slave. People are slaves. They're not going to release that many of their slaves. Woo. Now, let me show you guys something. This is what brought this to my attention. Here, let me bring this up here. Okay. I saw this today, and oh, no, I'm talking about, me. Okay. Yeah, but work is different now. I couldn't say, Mark, I couldn't see if you were saying you were hard at work and if I was still hard at work or whatever, but work is different though. When you have a plan, going to work is just, I remember when I was getting out of debt and I could see it happening. I was that was the only reason I was excited to go to work, because I knew when I got that paycheck, I was just going to pay that debt off. But anyway, this is what brought this to my attention. I saw this and it says the education department has rejected 53,339 people from the 54,000 of applicants for student loan forgiveness program. Now, when I saw this, I wasn't surprised. Okay, this doesn't surprise me because people don't look at it the way they should be looking at it. Student loan debt is slavery. Man, this thing keep pulling down my arm. All right, student loan debt is slavery. The sooner you accept that, the sooner people accept that, they'll be free. There is no way out of it. And this is the place. So I'm gonna give you the outside the debt matrix perspective. Okay. Now, just listen to this. Okay. First, they get people to believe it's free money. You can borrow as much as you wish. You can spend it on anything you wish. You can take up basket weaving on a private school out of state. You can do whatever you want. It's totally up to you because you got to pay back every penny. You are a slave. Now, once they get you to a point to where you don't believe you'll ever pay off your debt, they have you. Okay. And this is how they know they have you. Okay. Here are the people that sign up for this student loan forgiveness program for 10 years. 10 years. Now, if they can get people to sign up for a program that don't believe they can pay off a student loan in 10 years of their lifetime, what's up, Nicer? Think about it. If they can get this many people to not believe they can pay off a student loan in 10 years of their lifetime. So say like this, say like a person has $50,000 in student loan debt. The person doesn't believe they can pay off $50,000 in 10 years of their life. Oh, they got you. You are a slave. You are definitely a slave. I actually feel sorry for people that are in student loan debt and have come to the conclusion that they're never going to pay it off. I feel sorry for those people. I get on YouTube and search around and look at all the stories about how deep are people in student loan debt. They love talking about it. Oh my goodness, I have this and I have that. And I'm thinking it's your fault. Even if you didn't know, say like you didn't know. You really mean say like you had $100,000 in student loan debt. And if you decided to make up your own 10-year plan, say like you said, okay, I'm gonna give myself 10 years to pay this off. That's only $10,000 a year. You mean to tell me you don't think you can make you don't think you can give up $10,000 a year? That's not true. People want to spend their money on what they want to spend it on. They don't want to pay for the student loan debt. And guess what? Those of you that are deep in student loan debt, check it out. They don't really want you to pay it back. That's why they give you as much as you wish. They will never, ever release that. And check this out. Think about all those people that followed the program for 10 years straight to the T, 10 years, this many payments. I work with, because remember this, they need slaves to fill the slave camps, student loan forgiveness programs. They just disguise the word slave with public servant. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's no different. It's just the same thing, right? So they disguise it as the word slave. You're a slave. 10 years, they follow it to the T. And then at the end of the 10 years, they say, okay, student loan forgiveness program. I followed all your rules. Now forgive my student loans. And imagine getting that rejection letter. Imagine getting that rejection letter. And then even after that, even after the slaves are rejected, guess what they do? They reapply. Oh, I forgot to sign a document. Oh, I didn't. It's the stupidest nonsense. They only do that to slaves. Only slaves would ever accept 10 years. And then say like this, say like the people that did the handful, the sprinkle of people that got their student loans forgiven, right? The IRS doesn't forgive you. So if they got $50,000 forgiven, guess what? The IRS says, hey, well, you got to pay taxes on $50,000. Oh, wait a minute. You were broke. That's why you're on the student loan forgiveness program. Guess what? Now you got to start a payment plan with the IRS with interest. Now, in this particular program, the government, I was reading, the government allocated $700 million. $700 million for a $1.6 trillion problem. $1.6 trillion in student loan debt. That's a million. That's a big number. It's not made to free you. If you believe, I keep reiterating this. If you don't believe you can pay off that, what you're really saying is this: you don't believe that if you had a $50,000 student loan, if you don't believe that you can pay off $50,000 in 10 years of your life, they have you, slave. Ooh, slave, slave, slave. And the way I say it, hey, what's up, Cheers players? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone. Snuggle says, I just found out my job looks at people's credit, and if they have student loans, dead or not currently taking the initiative to pay on them, prevent them from getting hired. It just Snuggles, I think just the opposite. This is, and of course, this is just my opinion. This is my outside the debt matrix opinion about that, okay? I believe they look at a person's credit report to see what they can do to that person, see how they can just use them. Because if you're in deep debt, especially, usually people with credit card debt, they usually have mortgages, credit cards, car payments, furniture payments. If I say like I was an employer, right? And I hired somebody that was good at the position I needed them for, but they were deep in debt, I would know that person's not going anywhere anytime soon. They're going to work overtime. They're going to work through lunch. They're going to work after hours, all for free. That's why I check the credit report. Or you could check a person's credit report, say like there's a position that's money sensitive. You check their credit report. If they're deep in debt, I wouldn't put them in that position because they're susceptible for embezzlement because they're deep in debt. People don't realize debt controls people's decisions. They control. Now, if you have student loan debt and a mortgage payment, that's the first question I want to ask people, that the people that are complaining about student loan debt, the first question I want to ask them, do you have a car payment? What about a mortgage payment? What about furniture payments? They always skip over that stuff like it's, oh, well, I need that to live. No, you don't. No, you can pay cash, pay off your student loan debt, pay it off. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Nicer says 99% rejection rate. That's cold. Not really, Nicer. It's everybody's choice. There is no way. Let me tell you guys something. There is no way I would follow a program for 10 years and cross my fingers and hope it be approved, because even when people sign up for that student loan forgiveness program, they tell them right up front that this is not guaranteed. You still got to be approved. You still got to be approved. Amina says, my cousin wants to sign up for that. I told her to just pay it herself. Anybody that, even if they tell you, if you guys know somebody that says they're going to sign up for that program, or they're in the middle of that program, guess what they're telling you? They're in debt and they don't believe they can ever pay it off. They got them. They got that person. They got them. They're a slave for life. Even, check it out, even after these statistics, 99% of people get rejected, people are still signing up. It's like the lottery. They're just hoping they're one of the very few that get approved. It's crazy. Nicer says, you got a better shot getting into the NFL or the NBA. Exactly, Nicer. But people don't care. It's like the lottery. They're slaves. Student loan forgiveness programs, they tell you where you're going to work, what area of town you're going to work, how much you're going to be making for the next 10 years. Imagine this. Imagine a young person going to college to become a doctor, but they're being forced by their parents to become a doctor, right? And the parents don't pay for college. They say, oh, okay, just take out student loans, right? Don't even pay for it. And that person gets into and becomes a doctor, right? And if they and then they get into this job, and then they decide they don't really like it. Can you imagine that feeling that they can't even leave because of the amounts of student loan debt? Doctors be having like $300,000-$400,000 in student loan debt. That's a slave. Now, and I want you guys to also remember this. You got to pay. Once you're out of the debt matrix, you can see the whole picture. I can see how the whole economy works. This is what I do for my clients. This is what I do. You guys will get to see what I get to see. Now, imagine this. Imagine a doctor that's a doctor that doesn't want to be a doctor, and they're working on you. Imagine a teacher that's in deep student loan debt that needs 2 or 3 jobs just to make her student loan payments, and they're teaching your children. Now, I'm not knocking the teacher. I'm telling you what debt does to people. They're not gonna naturally give their all to their job because they're buried. This is a necessary evil for us that understand this to remain free. Did you hear what I said? This is a necessary evil because once you get out of debt, you look at things collectively. Okay. I don't look at money individually because if people in debt focus in on themselves individually, right? We all collectively believe that this green piece of paper is good for goods and services trading. You got to look at it collectively. If there are people out there that are willing, that have given up ever paying off a student loan in a 10-year time span, they're saying, if I have $100,000 in student loan debt, I don't believe I will ever make $100,000 in 10 years. That's exactly what they're saying. You want to know how to do it? It's easy. You got to come up with a plan. Come up with a plan. This is how easy you got to do it. You got 50,000. Say like you give yourself 10 years to do it. Okay. You give yourself 10 years to pay it off. Okay. Say like you have $50,000. No, let's say $100,000. We don't keep the numbers even, right? $100,000. Okay. Break that up. Divide that amongst 10 years. That's $10,000 a year. Okay. That's all you got to say. $10,000 a year. Okay. Divide that up by 12 for the year. And that's how much monthly payment you're going to be making dedicated. And 10 years is your time span. So you don't really think about it, but you know you have a time. You know you have a plan. But the majority of people have totally given up. I feel sorry for those people. I do. Cheers Player says they don't tell anyone about the 99% rejection rate, and they're not even clear about what they get rejected, why they got rejected. Exactly. It's a gambling at that point. Don't do it. The only way out of student loan debt, you must pay it off. Now, you guys see me bring up this 99% rejection rate. Did you see the holidays? Did you see the stores? Did you see the traffic? You would swear there is no student loan debt problem. That's just one of the debt problems. There's credit card debt, there's car loan debt, there's mortgage, but we're just talking about student loan debt. People are buying houses with student loan debt. If I was a bank and somebody came to me with a student loan that's older than the children and they wanted to finance a house and they got good credit and good job, I would approve them in a second. You know why? Because if they haven't paid off their student loans, they're definitely not going to pay off a house. I will own that house the whole time they're in it while they are calling themselves a homeowner. Imagine how many people are walking around in the United States with mortgages calling themselves a homeowner while having student loan debt. Don't you ever trust anybody that has student loan debt, student loans that are older than their children. Don't you ever trust anybody like that, ever. Don't let Facebook fool you. Don't let Facebook fool you. Alyssa says, yep, I agree. Pay it off. I'm ready to get aggressive with paying off my student loan. 10 years, my black 10 years, my black fiance. 10 years. Make it you know what? All you need is a plan, Alyssa. That's it. Just a plan. You say, hey, because if people can sign up for 10-year programs, make up your own 10-year program. Something that you know for a fact you're not going to get rejected from because you're going to pay it. At the end of your 10-year program, there is no rejection. You're just going to get that paid off letter. And let me tell you guys something. There is no greater feeling. When I made that last payment, logged into my account, and it said 0, oh my goodness. That feeling is, I can't even explain that feeling to you guys. To see a 0 balance on my student loan, oh man. But like I said earlier, don't you ever trust anybody with student loans that are older than children. You know how many people are giving financial advice right now to this day? All you got to do is search YouTube. Anybody that you know that may be trying to give you financial advice right now, you turn to them and say, hey, do you still got your student loan? See what they say. Ask them, hey, you still got your student loans? They're going to say yes. And you got to think to yourself, what the hell are you giving me financial advice for? Aren't your student loans? When did you graduate? 83? People still have student loans since the 70s and 80s. It is bad, man. Ooh, slavery is alive and well. I am so free. Our carp says it's like sweeps. It's like a sweepstakes. Many will enter, but few will win. Exactly. For sure. Nonstop Dre says, in your opinion, is it still worth getting a degree in computer science? I'm 23 using the GI Bill from the Marines, getting paid to go to school and tuition is covered. Yes. I'm not, hey, Nonstop Dre, I am not against student loans. I'm not. This is what you do. You go, computer science is a relevant field in today's day and age, right? As soon as you graduate, you land that awesome job, you continue to live like a college student until every single penny of that debt is paid off. You don't go finance a house. You don't go finance a car. You don't have multiple children. You don't do any of that. And I guarantee you, 23-year-old Nonstop Dre, let me tell you something, okay? So you'll know. And you think I'm joking. I'm not. Once you pay off all your student loan debt, and you pay off all your debt, not just student loan debt, pay it all off. Once you pay it off, I guarantee you, you won't even date a woman with student loan debt. You won't even date a woman. No, sir. You won't even date a woman with, you come across a woman that you get serious with, you ask her, you sure better ask her, hey, you got your student loan debt? Now, I'm not saying, hey, they just X right out. You go, hey, okay, you do? Okay, when you going to pay that student loan debt off? If they say, oh, no, I don't feel like, I don't really, you better stop dating them. It's a waste of time. No, sir. It's a waste of time. I came across a few women in my debt when things were starting to progress. The first thing I asked, you in debt? Oh, you guys, what you going to do about it? Oh, I'm just this and that. Okay, well, we can just be friends. No reason to waste each other's time. I'm not getting involved with anybody in debt. No, sir. Especially a woman that doesn't even think about getting out of debt. No. You guys don't understand how lovely this financial freedom is. There's nothing that compares to it. Nothing. And if you've been in debt all your life, let me tell you something, you guys. If you've been in debt all your life, you have no idea that you only speak debt. There's two languages when it comes to money, debt and debt free. If you've been in debt all your life, I promise you, you only speak debt. I'll give you a couple examples. People that say, okay, these things, people in debt say these types of things out loud. Their phone will ring. Oh, crap, that's a bill collector. I'm not going to answer that. Only people in debt say things like that. Oh, man, these student loans are killing me. How long you had them? About 10, 15 years. Only people in debt say things like that. Oh man, I'm looking at my student loan debt, man. It's outrageous. What is that? An iPhone 11? Yeah. Only people in debt do things like that. Only people in debt finance phones while they're having $100,000 in student loan debt. Hey, you get that brand new car? Oh yeah, I got a deal. How much you get it for? $30,000. You notice? I want you to pay close attention to people that do this. How much you get that car for? $30,000. You finance it? Yeah. No, you didn't get it for $30,000. And you notice there's two things that you got to pay attention to people that do that kind of stuff. When they come around and brag about the sale price of a car that they just got. Did you finance it? Yeah. Stop right there. Don't ask them any other questions. You just congratulate them and walk away. Because number one, nobody gets a finance car on sale. Nobody. They don't know that. And then notice this, how people in debt always leave off the tax of the item. You got it for $30,000 even? You didn't pay any tax? That's tax evasion, right? Yeah. You didn't get it for $30,000. Why do people leave off the taxes like they didn't pay it? Only people in debt do that. Anything I buy, I include the tax. Okay, I spent $30 on a shirt plus tax. It came up to about $38. I spent $38. That's what I say. I never leave off the tax. Leaving off the tax of anything you purchase, like it's an unconscious thing, but it's conditioned in your brain. So if you do this, I want you to catch yourself doing this. If you pay for something, right? And you catch yourself saying, oh, I got this item for this much, and you leave off the tax, I want you to catch yourself. You pay the tax too. Say the tax so you can mentally start programming yourself again that taxes are important. Here's another thing. Somebody you believe that has money. These are the questions. They're not going to know why you're asking these questions. Ask them, hey, what's your tax bracket? If they say, I don't know, they don't have as much money as you believe they have. People that manage money well know exactly what tax bracket they're in. Why? Because taxes are the backbone of the economy. I never leave off tax when I talk about what I bought. I always know my tax bracket, always. The whole tax bracket system got revamped in 2008? Right now is the time to understand it. You better understand it if you don't. If you don't know your tax bracket, you better understand your tax bracket right now. Thank you, Nicer. Much appreciated. Pay yourself first says, I talked to my cousin on Christmas Day about his $100,000 of debt. He wants to pay it off. I told him to break it down into $20,000 per year for 5 years, and he can be slave free. What did he say? Pay yourself first. What did he say to that suggestion? Nonstop Dre says, I appreciate your advice and love your content. Hey, Nonstop Dre, I want to help you become a multimillionaire. 23-year-old Nonstop Dre, I'm gonna tell you this. This is how easy it is to become a millionaire. Okay, this is how easy it is. Go to school, get a job that you like. That's going to make you the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Yes, it's okay to use student loans if you need to. Once you land that job, you continue to live like a college student until every single penny of that student loan debt is paid off. That's number one. That move alone will catapult you financially above the 45 million people that are in student loan debt. Right there, that move alone. I promise you, right? Now, from this point on, all you got to do is the exact opposite of the majority. Trillions in car loan debt, never get a car loan. Trillions in credit card debt, never use a credit card. So you just do the opposite. Everything is do the opposite. It's right out. It's in your face. And last but not least, understand taxes. Don't be like the majority of American people that are in debt that believe taxes are the very reason why they're in debt. That's not true. Doesn't matter how they feel about it. It doesn't matter how they feel about taxes. Taxes are feelingless. Understand taxes and never cheat on your taxes ever. Ever cheat on your taxes ever. You come across a person. Now this is 23-year-old. When you don't even need to know about taxes. You just need to know how to pick the right person to do your taxes. How do you do that? Ask to see their personal credit report first. Ask to see their personal credit report first. Anybody that's going to do your taxes, this is the reason why. Because if they owe the IRS money, they're deep in debt or whatever, they're disrespecting their own money. You come across a tax person that says things like, hey, you can claim this, even though whatever this is does not exist. Don't use that person. They're telling you how they treat their own taxes. The tax man doesn't knock on their door. They knock on your door. You don't mess around with taxes. Not to be scared of the IRS, not to be, woo, the tax man. No, just follow the freaking rules. There's absolutely no reason to cheat on your taxes. You know why, 23-year-old? Because you can legally not pay taxes. The majority of people in debt, they cannot see it. It is phantom to them. This is called phantom income, because you got to think about everything collectively, not individually. Here's an example, okay? The average is made up of millions upon millions upon millions of people making the same financial decisions as one. So when you ever hear these articles say, hey, the average car payment is $500 a month, right? That's $6,000 a year that millions upon millions upon millions of people are paying. If you don't have a car note, you now make $6,000 more per year than the average. That's collective. That's phantom income, because you think about money collectively. People in debt cannot see this, nor will they ever will see it, because they cannot. It's mathematically impossible for them to see it or hear it or tell them. You can walk up to them and say, hey, you know, if you finance a car, you're financing the taxes too. They'll look at you like, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Never mind. It's phantom to them. BK from the Rockies says, side note, happy holidays, happy belated birthday. Hey, appreciate that. Keep teaching the good word of on finance. Thank you, BK from the Rockies. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Good chat all around. Strong says, good chat, LJ. Thank you. Pay Yourself First says, my cousin thought about it and he agreed it was realistic to pay off. It sounds like he wants to be debt free, but he needs to commit to it for real. Yes, we do. He does. You can, like when I talk to people about becoming debt free, I usually can tell right away if they're serious or not, right? But student loan debt's the worst, man. But again, I'm finding this, you guys. I'm coming across more and more people. This is people with the worst credit are closer to financial freedom than people with the good credit. All that matters is this: who's closer to zero? But I tell you this, if you have student loan debt and you don't believe you'll ever pay it off, you're never going to be free. Create a 10-year plan, because listen, you guys, I know when I say, hey, create a 10-year plan, you're probably thinking, ooh, that's forever. You have no other choice. Hey, you can create a 20-year plan if you want. Create one. It's totally up to you how long you want to be a slave. Create a 10-year plan. If you're willing to sign up for a 10-year student loan forgiveness program, create your own plan. But this is what you got to do. You got to ignore society. You got to ignore other people in debt, because I want you guys to pay attention to this stuff. Have you noticed all of these investment opportunities? People have all these other vehicles for you to invest in, and then you can use that money to pay off your student loan debt. Don't fall for any of those programs. Don't ever do that. They're just selling you a dream. MLMs, they're all selling you a dream. You can borrow from this insurance policy. That's insurance policy. That's a dream. Those are all dreams. I can help anybody free themselves. Anything I do for you guys, any client that comes to me, I can lay it out and say, hey, follow this and you'll be free. Now, I want you guys to understand the type of financial person I am. I'm not a person I'm not a credit fixer. I want you guys to pay close attention. Look how many credit fixers are out there. Go on Instagram. There's about 50,000 of them, because they're not doing anything for you. They're not changing your debt amount. They're increased. The 9 times out of 10, the people that go to credit fixers, they want to improve their credit temporarily so they can do what? Go deeper in debt. They just want to go deeper in debt. Whatever. E-Man says 10 years goes by quick. Do it now, not later. You will do it later and you will regret it. It will. 10 years goes by fast, but you know the majority of people say, oh man, that's too long. People in student loan debt say, that's too long. There is no other choice. You don't have any other choice. That student loan debt is the worst. Student loan debt is only second to IRS debt. Student loan debt is only second to IRS debt. People out here doing all this shopping. You got to ignore society. Ignore people's new cars, especially on Facebook. If you're in student loan debt, you need to get off of Facebook or hide people that show all these vacations and going on trips. I got friends that go on trips all the time and they're living in student loan debt. Think it's nothing to pay on student loans for 15, 20 years. That's not a vacation. You're just a slave on vacation. It's hard to, you know what? It's really hard to watch, especially loved ones, people that you love, people that I love. It's hard to watch. It is hard to watch. Nothing I say to them ever makes sense. I'll be like, hey, I just use logical statements. Hey, you went to college for 4 years and you're paying on your student loan for 20. That doesn't make sense. Oh man, this, that, I'm gonna invest here and I'm gonna do that. And I go, add up all your savings and add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If that number's in the negative, you have no money to do anything. What are you talking about? You think they just go, okay, whatever, Linnell, you're crazy, whatever. People in debt, I'm gonna tell you this. People in debt thought I was crazy for starting a business of helping people out of debt. You know what the people in debt say? Oh man, debt's part of life. What are you talking about, Linnell? How are you gonna make money on that? What, are you crazy? But I have a whole different perspective because I see the whole economy collectively now. I understand that the majority of people must remain thinking like that in order for me to remain rich, wealthy, or whatever I'm gonna become. I will never be out of business, ever. I will never be out of business, ever. You know why? Because math is absolute. Math will never change, ever. I don't care if it's 2020, 2030, 2040. 5 plus 5 will always equal 10. 20 plus 20 will always equal 40. 50 plus 50 will always equal 100. No matter what, no matter my age, that's why I'm connecting with the young people, because math is timeless. Nicer says, PSH, what does math know? I'm gonna chase the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's how people treat their money. That's what they do. When that pot gets big, like in the lottery, I mean, that thing gets up into the billions of people hoping that they win. And check it out. People don't understand. It's a mentality state. It's a mentality state. I could check this out. A person with $100,000 in student loan debt, right? I could give them $100,000. You think they would take that over and pay off their student loan debt? No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Because it's a mentality state. It's their state of mind. They wouldn't do it. Gabriel, always support your content, LJ. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that follows here. SMD family. E-Man, I know someone in his 60s who still haven't paid off his student loan debt. Once you get to that age, E-Man, this is what This is what I figure people think. I'm going to die with it anyway. Screw it. In their 60s. You guys saw the interview, not the interview, but the review I did the other day. They're in their 60s and 70s. And people in their 20s and 30s look at old people like, oh, that's so far away. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of that when I get to their age. That's exactly what they thought. Those old people in their 60s and 70s and even 80s, they said the same thing when they were in their 20s and 30s. I promise you. Oh, that's way far away from me. That ain't me. Who are they? They're you. If you don't believe you'll pay off your student loan debt, that is your future. You can. People don't believe they can see the future. Yes, you can. I can see the future. I knew at 60, 70s, 80s that I didn't want to be paying student loan debt off. So guess what? I just paid off my student loan debt right now. So I looked into the future and I said, I don't want that. And then I came back to the present and then paid it off. That's it. Everybody can, once you get out of debt, you can clearly see your future. I decided I wanted to be a millionaire. I said, where do I want to be at 60? I want to have millions. Then I go into the future. I want to be there. How am I going to do it? You must create your own business, Linnell. Come on back to the present. Boom. So I create it. That's how you become. You know how easy it is to become a millionaire? And no, I'm not a millionaire, okay? But I will be. You know how easy it is? You can become a millionaire having a regular job. I'm talking multi-millions, okay? If you want to become a multi-millionaire, you're going to have to create your own thing, whatever that thing is, right? This is my thing. And so you guys know, let me give you guys an idea of what, most people say, hey, how do I figure out what my passion is? I'm going to tell you how I know that this is my passion. Because everything I say and do, I can prove to be true. Everything I say and do, I can prove to be true. Everything I say, I can prove with mathematics. Anybody that conflicts with me will be wrong. Anybody, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anybody. Amina says, I almost felt bad this Christmas until I saw your Facebook post. At least I know I can't afford Christmas. I know, Amina. See, this is what I want you, and I'm proud of you, okay? But I want you to pay attention to this. I almost felt bad. You interjecting, those are feelings. Math doesn't care how you feel. Once you get out of debt, you have no problem telling people you're broke. Hey, you gonna get any present? You gonna get any presents? Nope. Why not? I'm broke. 9 times out of 10, the people that are in debt, those are the only people that are going to look at you like you're broke. They don't know they're broke. They don't know they are broke. Gabriel says, save, invest, and not be in debt. That's it. You want to be a millionaire having a regular job? Get out of debt. You will see everything I'm talking about. And you can start. This is how you start with your business, okay? You want to learn how to not legally pay taxes right now? You can start right now with your finances. Use your personal finances as practice before you get into business. Use the vehicles that the government provide. 401k, HSA. Those are all pre-tax vehicles that you can use right now. That can show you. As soon as you see what I'm telling you, you'll say, oh man, now you get out into business, it's tenfold. You practice right now. How do you do that? You treat your personal finances like a business. Nonstop Dre says, damn, 60, because you're 23. I know you think 60 is a long ways. It's not. But at 23 nonstop, you can kick it. You can buy the same things all your friends are buying with credit. You're just going to buy it from people in credit trouble for half the price with cash. So you're going to fit right into people in debt, but they won't know how you're doing it. While they're buying full price with credit and credit cards, you're buying it for half price from the people in credit trouble. So you'll fit right in, and you can be quiet. You don't have to be thrown off. Oh, Gabriel think he's, not Gabriel. No, Dre think he's rich and this and that. Avoid all that stupid nonsense debt talk. That's debt. People in debt, they be talking like that. Ignore all that. Don't say nothing. Nisa says, Gabriel, you got the blueprint before you hit 20. He's 23 now, I think, Nisa. I think he said he's 23. It doesn't really matter. 3 years, whatever. Had I known this in my 20s, oh, man. You guys have no idea. My whole life would have changed. I wouldn't even dated half the women I took serious. But like when I think about my 20s, all I cared about was she fine. That's it. Today? Oh no, I got to see your credit report. Oh, you're in thousands of dollars of student loan debt. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, I just think that that's a forever loan. See you later. We're gonna be friends. James Stokes says when he get his Social Security check, they're gonna take it out money till it's paid. They dissed my uncle, took out $800 out of his check. Yeah. You're not getting away from that. I hope you youngsters in 20s, 30s, I hope you're paying attention. You're not getting out of student loan debt. They're never going to forgive it. They're never going to release that many of their slaves. You're a slave. You are a slave. Slavery is not dead. This is what they said. Oh man, we can't physically enslave anybody anymore. How can we do it without them knowing they're slaves? Student loan debt. Give them as much money as they want. They can take a basket weaving. They can buy rims. They can invest in the stock market, do whatever they want. Hey, take as much money as you want. Here, take it. And you know what's funny? I guarantee you people they think about it this way. I can go to a high price school. They'll give me more money and then I can quit. Can you imagine how many people, listen to this. If you got I'm on a roll. If you got student loan debt and you have a job and you're paying it off, right? Imagine having student loan debt and you didn't even get a degree. Those people, I really feel sorry for. Ooh, that's got to be a horrible place to be. That's got to be, to have student loan debt and no degree. Student loan debt and not even working in the field of your degree. Woo, man. All Around Strong says, do your favorite, the avalanche method or snowball method for cleaning up debt. Do you favor? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let me reread that. All Around Strong says, do you favor the avalanche method or snowball method? Snowball. This is why. Because all around, when you see the debts disappear, not only do you see monetarily, it's the psychological part. Because this is what people in debt don't really realize. Okay. And it's just part of your life. You have a lot of due dates to keep track of. So many due dates just everywhere, right? When you do the snowball method, debts get paid off, closed, removed. And you not only do you see it move physically, you start to realize that there's one less due date you have to be keep track of. It's gone. You don't see it. You slowly no longer be scared of your mailbox. Being scared of your mailbox is a thing of the past. Pay Yourself First says, I'm laughing because my friends want me to go to the local casino this weekend. They are in debt with credit cards, mortgages, lease Lexuses, lease SUVs, but have money to stick in slot machines. That's what they think. Pay yourself first. Now, pay yourself first. If you're out of debt and you have some real cash and you just want to go to casino, go ahead, have fun. Because when you're out of debt, you won't overspend. You'll bring a set amount and you say, hey, I'm spending this much and I'm going to just try my luck. And if I don't, whatever, right? Because I'm not saying don't have fun, but when you have real money, there is no overspending. Well, I mean, when you're out of debt, there is no overspending because you know I'm not going into debt. Definitely not for a casino. Have you? I don't know how many of you guys been to Vegas, but have you seen the height of those hotels? You think they're building hotels like that because people are winning? No. People walk in the casino and ding, 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 and somebody over here won $5,000. The first thing I think is how much have you lost before you won that $5,000? That's the first thing I thought. And check it out. This is what I just recently learned. Check this out. You go to Vegas, right? They'll have a brand new car you could possibly win if you play some game or whatever, right? What people don't know is before you get that car, you got to pay the taxes on that car. So if it's a top-notch Corvette, right, and you win it, you don't get just to get that Corvette. You have to pay the taxes on that car before you can get it. And if you can't pay the taxes, guess what? You don't get it. But the people around them see that this person won. The people that watch this guy or person, this person won the Corvette. They're like, oh my God, they're so lucky. They're going to be driving a Corvette. No, they're not. No, they're not. Unless they can pay the taxes for that Corvette, they're not taking anything home. But the people around that saw them win, they get in their mind and say, oh, I'm going to come back to this place. I might win a car. And they start spending money. Nobody really knows that because you're in debt. E-Man says he totally ignored them. He was buying multiple houses, flipping house. He had a job making at least $40,000 a year for 20 plus years. Ooh-wee. Mark says kids do that. Go for clay molding or some crazy degree because they'll be getting some loans. And you know what? Hey, Mark, you know what's crazy? I think half the people go to school just to say they have a degree. I mean, just telling people you have a degree means something to people. You know, it's just, especially with people like with multiple degrees. People love brag. Oh man, I got 2 degrees. I got 2 bachelors in this. I got a couple of masters. When I hear people talk like that, the first thing I say is, how much student loan debt do you have? I don't say it out loud, but that's what I think. That's what I think. I think like you must be in thousands of dollars in student loan debt, thousands. For you youngsters, I absolutely love what I do. My job, I was a computer engineer, cloud, VMware to be specific. VMware was my software that I worked with, and I was very good. I liked it. I love what I do now. I love it. I love it. I love helping people. I love reading the comments of how I change people's lives. I mean, you guys can go through my videos and look at the comments. People are always, I'm noticing this, the main thing that people are saying a lot, I'm so glad I came across your channel. I know I'm unlike any other channel. Well, the 98% of any financial channels on YouTube. I know I am. And everybody who comes to my channel can understand what I'm saying because I'm using basic math. I'm using the math that I learned in grade school. Quentin says, yes, those resorts in Vegas are unbelievable. They are. Oh, hey, check it out, Quentin. The Bellagio, I've never stayed there. That hotel is amazing. That hotel is absolutely amazing. The artwork, the stores, you walk in and it looks like you're underwater because the painting on the ceiling, that's absolutely amazing. All paid by people with dreams. The Bellagio is amazing, amazing. If you've never been to Vegas, go see the Bellagio. It is amazing. Nonstop Dre says, I tell people in college, I'm only in college because I have the GI Bill. Nonstop Dre, don't even say that People in debt they'll get jealous over you and say, "Oh man, you only paid your college because you had the GI Bill. Don't get in all there. Just go to college, do your thing, get out, pay yours off, every single penny, whatever you have left, pay it off. Don't tell anybody how you did it, because if you told them how you did it, they're just gonna think that's how you did it. You had somebody else or some other thing to pay for it. That's not true. The one thing about becoming financially free, you can't talk about it too much. My friends know what I do. Okay. My close friends, they know what I do for a living. We don't talk about what I do because they live in the debt matrix and they refuse to get out. It's sad. It's hard. I'm telling you guys, it is really hard to watch loved ones that are deep in the debt matrix. A couple, they're married, working, got two good salaries coming in, and they could pay their debt off so fast, but they refuse to accept it. Profession. I don't want you to. I want you guys to understand that a person's job title means nothing. 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 Don't be fooled by people's job titles thinking, oh, they're a doctor, they must be smart. No. That means nothing. That means nothing. Don't be fooled. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much you have, equals how much money you have in real life. Savings minus debt equals the cost of your slave papers. This financial freedom is not free. Everybody has a different price. Everybody has a different price. Everybody. Savings minus debt equals your price. Are you willing to pay it? Anybody that comes to my channel, I can create a plan for you. I promise. Long as you understand the plan it includes you paying off debt. Not increase your credit score, not give you a day-by-day plan to say, hey, only spend this much at Starbucks. No, none of that. I create a plan for you and say, do these steps and you will be free. But if you're still out there spending and getting credit cards and you're still doing it, I can't help you. You're not serious. If you're still spending money and you're talking about getting out of debt, I cannot help you. I'm not the person for you to come to. There's credit fixers out there for people like you. They can help you. I help people that are serious. I help people that are tired of being in debt. I can help you 100%. I can help you. I create a plan, give it to you and say, you follow this plan, you'll be free. That's it. Ooh, that's a lot of money. It sure is. Oh man, that'll take years. Yes, it will. Anything else? You have another choice? No. Then why are you saying that? I am very direct. I'm not mean. I'm just direct because it's just mathematics. The only thing, like when I teach a person, because I teach you along the way, what I teach, what I share is generational. Once you get out of debt, you'll pass it on to those in your family that will listen. Not everybody's going to listen because you're battling against social media. 85% of Americans are in debt. They believe it's just a way of life. Ask any of them. Ask any person in debt. Hey man, you think everybody has car payments? They'll say, yep. What about credit cards? You think we should have credit cards for emergencies? They will say, yep. Whew, I tell you. Let me throw this up there because some people like to join the stream sometimes. And I want to make sure I always throw that up there. So just in case you want to join up here and ask a question of me, you don't have to get on camera. You can just come in, turn your camera off, ask the question. And it's kind of cool because everybody else in the room can hear you. But if you guys have any questions about this topic, let me know. Let me know. When I saw that when I saw that 99% of people that got rejected, that went through the whole 10 years of paying those payments, I can't even imagine what they must feel like. And then guess what they do? They re-sign back up for another 10 years and cross their fingers. And I'm going to tell you guys something. If this is you, if you sign up and agree to something like that, they have you, and they know they have you, because nobody that manages money well would ever agree to those terms, ever. They tell you where to work, how much you're going to work for, and how you're going to do it for the next 10 years. And you don't think anything financially is going to happen within the next 10 years. You know what those odds are? Those, all you got to do is mess up and miss a payment or two. You're kicked out of the program. They can deny you right then and there. Hey, how come I'm kicked out? Because you missed a couple of payments. And then you got to start all over again. And that whole time, the whole 10 years, guess what? The interest is still accruing. The interest never stops. Just think how many people are putting in forbearance, deferment. Ooh. Oh, I feel sorry for people like that, man. They'll never be free, ever, ever. Mark says, being in debt was kind of a blessing. Made me realize how much I don't know, how much I don't want such an existence. It does. Hey, Mark, it's important to wake up and realize it and to feel it, right? This is a feeling. This is a debt. Being in debt is a feeling that you will never forget. And that is a very important part of the process, because feelings you'll never forget. You'll never accidentally walk on a car lot and accidentally finance a car. I can't even imagine. And I used to do this all the time. Imagine signing a 5-6 year car loan on a depreciating car. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I think about it as a financially free man today. Oh my God. Here I am on a car lot all day to finance one car for 7 years. Oh man, you guys have no idea when I think about that. I used to prepare myself to be at a car lot for 8 hours for one car. That move alone told the banks, told the car lot that I am in debt, because only people in debt would ever put themselves in a situation like that, ever. All day to buy one car. That's just, I mean, you think about it right now. That's just made to break you down. 8 hours? You're ready to sign anything to get that depreciating object. Oh, hell no. Oh. Amina says, I'm glad I stumbled upon this channel. I'm $20,000 away from freedom. That's your slave papers right there, Amina. $20,000, and that's nothing. You're $20,000, $21,000 away from freedom. $21,000 away from zero. Now, check this out. This is the hard part, Amina. When you get to zero, when you say, woohoo, I'm happy at zero, this is the only channel you can come to and where people will be happy for you. Because if you go to a person in debt, you go to a person in the debt matrix and you say, hey, check it out, my net worth is zero. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. They're going to be like, why is that person happy why is she happy that she's broke? Because they don't know they're broke. They're going to think you're broke because you said you're zero, but you're free. They don't know that they're broke. They must live in a debt matrix. And Amina, this is why you're going to be wealthy for the rest of your life, because the majority of people are in debt. E-Man says, people forget about accruing interest. That's a killer. Sure is. Woo. Bad news bears, baby. Bad news bears. Dre Raphael, my school, the Art Institute, is getting sued, so I put mine in forbearance to wait for the case. I filled out the loan forgiveness form. I wasn't sure if I should pay while it's in forbearance. Dre, this is what I suggest. Create a plan right now. Create a 10-year plan. Come see me, okay? Come see me. Go to my website, scrolling at the bottom. You need a plan. Don't wait on the Art Institute outcome. Don't wait on the student forgiveness form. Don't wait on any of that. Like right now, Dre, check it out. 99% of people of the student loan forgiveness program got rejected. So you're gonna take the chance to go 10 years to get rejected? Better not do that. Student loan forgiveness programs are slave camps. They need slaves to fill these positions. You're gonna be a slave. You want to be a slave for 10 years? Don't do that. Don't do that. And Dre, check it out. Give yourself a 10-year plan. You have no other choice. Okay. Don't worry about the 10 years. Don't worry about that. 10 years. Then you said 36. Dre says, I got $36,000. Okay. Spread it across 10 years. Divide it by 10 years, then divide it by a year. Now you know how much you got to pay per month before that student loan debt is paid off. Don't sign up for student loan forgiveness program. Don't work where they tell you to work. Hey, slave, you got to work over here. This is what you got to do, slave. No, you can't make more than that because we said so, slave. What? What'd you say, slave? You better shut up. All right. You want to be forgiven? Shut up, slave. You want to be, you want that? You don't want that, Dre. You don't want that. Quentin says, when you use to finance cars, how long would you keep it before you trade in for another one? Oh, when I used to finance cars. Okay. I think I did that back in the day. I did that all the time. I might have kept it for like 3 years maybe. And then I traded it in. And I think about it now that I'm out of debt. I only did it because I had no money and I didn't want to look like I was broke. So I would trade in and upgrade and get a new car. And then all the other people in the debt matrix would see me and think, ooh, look at Linnell, look at LJ. He's got money. Look at this brand new car. Because I remember just before I got out of debt, I was looking at this truck, this new Ford F-150. I mean, the thing was loaded. This thing was $40,000. $40,000. And I was thinking about financing it. And I had called my bank, and my bank, you know, my bank told me, "Oh yeah, we can get you that loan." I said, "How long?" 7 years. But I didn't do it. But something in my mind, I was like, 7 years, and the truck wasn't even brand new. It was like it was a few years old. It was used, but it was loaded. Right? I didn't need a truck. It was just clean. It sounded good. It was loaded on the inside. People would see me in the truck and think I had money, but I was broke. Good thing I did not finance that truck. That thing was $40,000. And check this out. This is how they can tell when you walk on a car lot and you're broke. You walk on a car lot, you see the price on the car, and you don't even negotiate. You just go, oh, is that much? Okay, cool. Let's talk about financing. Only people with no money never negotiate the price, ever. You just walk in, cross your fingers, and hope the word approved comes back. Oh. James Stokes says, still pay some money on the loans. They charge interest every day of that month. Yeah. This is what you got to do. If you want your student loans really paid off, this is what you got to do. Take a good solid five years. You got to ignore everybody in the debt matrix. Hey, you coming to my wedding? No. Why not? I'm broke. You coming to my baby shower? Why not? I'm broke. You coming on vacation with us? Guys trip, girls trip. You coming? Nope. Why not? I'm broke. I have no money. Oh man, you're gonna miss out. Hey, I know I'm gonna miss out. You know why? Why? Because I have no money to go. So I know I'm gonna miss out. There is no choice. But people in the debt matrix, they don't want to. It's weird because people in the debt matrix don't want to show other people that they're broke. So this is why the majority of people that are broke, they go for chapter 13 because they believe they get to keep all their depreciating stuff. I mean, they do, but they don't realize they don't even own the stuff they were trying to keep, right? They don't know that. So they file chapter 13 and keep all their depreciating crap, right? Now there are other people in the debt matrix, they can't tell that they're in debt, right? But those of us that don't live in the debt matrix, we can clearly see broke people. You can hear by the way they speak. You can hear how they finance homes. Hey, what type of mortgage you got? They'll say, I don't know. Or they'll say, I only had to put 3.5% down. Or I have an FHA mortgage. Hey, do you have PMI? What's that? You got MIP? What's that? Oh, never mind. That's what I say, never mind. But I can usually tell right away if somebody's in debt financing a home with a bogus mortgage. FHA mortgages. And for those of you that might have one right now, I'm gonna say something to you, and it's gonna be harsh. Okay. Number one, no mortgage in the world makes anybody a homeowner. No mortgage in the world. Now, if you get FHA mortgages are for people, only for people that refuse to accept that they cannot afford a home. That's what FHA mortgages are for those people. If you have an FHA mortgage, you're paying PMI, private mortgage insurance, AKA prepaid foreclosure insurance, PFI. They should rename it PFI. Because that's all that money you're paying in. I know the word insurance sounds like it's for you. It's not. It's for the bank. So when you default on your mortgage, that's the money they use to kick you out of that house and pay off the bank. Don't be like everybody else in the debt matrix, getting a house and believe you're a homeowner when you're not. You're not a homeowner. If you have a mortgage right now and you've been telling everybody you're a homeowner, this is what I want you to practice. If anybody asks you if you are a homeowner, you say, no, I'm buying it from the bank. Keep saying that. No, I'm buying it from the bank. You rent? Yeah, I guess I'm renting from the bank. You say things like that till one day you're going to wake up and say, I'm tired of saying that. What am I going to do about it? Don't turn your dream home into a nightmare. Don't ever finance a house when you have student loans. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. I don't care what anybody in the debt matrix tells you. Do not do that. Do not take financial advice from anybody with student loans older than the children. Don't ever do that. There's thousands of people out there giving this type of financial advice. I go to channels all the time. That's what they're doing. That's why I do reviews on channels, because they don't have no idea what they're talking about. They're speaking debt. Anybody giving financial advice like that, I guarantee you, one look at their credit report will tell me everything I need to know, everything. They can't hide from it. This is why I say ask, because your credit report is tied to your social security number. They can't change that. Your social security number, and then your credit report is tied to that. They can't change the social security number. So they cannot lie about their credit report. And if they're in debt, they have no idea. They just think debt is part of the life. No, it's not. That's why I'm going to look for that first. It's lovely over here, you guys. It's lovely. I can create the plan for you. See that scrolling on the bottom? Go to my website, click book for free consultation. It's free. And check it out. This is what I just came up with, so you guys will know. I haven't got it up on my website yet, but for $9.97, okay, I'm going to put up a plan where it can save thousands of dollars a year on your cell phone bill. Thousands of dollars. Some of you. Hundreds of dollars on some of you. Hundreds and thousands. Some of you guys still got ridiculous phone plans. Ridiculous. I'm going to post that up there. You can just download. And I got, I believe, 6 of my favorite places you can go to reduce your phone bill. And this is how you do it. You go to these sites and say, oh, okay, I need a family plan. You click on that. You go here. Click, oh, I want this one from my plan. Oh, wow, how I can do this. There you go. And it's not really, it's just one page. And it's got 6 places you can go there. Go to the website, choose your plan, and that's it. All for $9. That's it. But once it's up there, I'll show you guys. I'll post it. Don't worry about it. But I just drew it up on a piece of paper today. Then, or not a piece of paper, but wrote it up. I'm gonna post it up there. You can download it and share it with your friends. Whatever. $9, $9.97. E-Man says, I would go extreme and pay bi-weekly. That's how bad I want to be debt free. Yeah. You go, trust me, you go crazy. Once you see that debt disappearing, oh man, I went crazy. Ooh, I couldn't wait. I know it sounds weird, but I could not wait to get paid so I can see that number drop on my student loan debt. Oh, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. People thought I was on meth, crack, drugs, everything. Oh man, Linnell's 40-something years old and he lived with his sister in her house in a room. I don't care what anybody in the debt matrix thinks. I don't care what any of them think. They're traveling. Hey, El, you going on vacation with us? Nope. Why not? I have no money. Oh man, you need me to loan you some money? No, person in the debt matrix. No. I just wanted to say to them, you don't even have no money. You just don't know you don't have any money. Amina says, I had a teacher in his 70s. He told me not to pay my student loans and just wait until I can write them off. Then he told me to get a loan and I'll only need 3.5% down since it's better than renting. See what I'm saying? That's debt talk, Amina. That person's in debt. He's only speaking debt. Don't pay your student loans off and write them. He's talking about write the interest off of a student loan. Are you? Oh my God. 3.5% down. That says FHA mortgage. Okay, that's what that person says. That person's in debt. Don't ever listen to anybody like that. Don't ever listen to anybody like that. They want you to be just like them, living in the debt matrix until they are dead. Oh my God, when I hear that stuff like that. Darkman Jeff said, Linnell said, everybody is used to speaking that brokenness and debtness. People in debt, they speak debt and they don't know they speak debt. You see what Amina just said? A teacher in his 70s. A teacher told her this. A teacher said, write off your student loan. What he means by write off, he's talking about write off the interest. Write off the interest of something that you don't even have to have. You don't even have to have student loans, but he's choosing to write off the interest of it. And that's even limited. That's limited. If you make a certain amount of money, they won't even let you write that off. Pay those student loan debts off. Pay that student loan debt off. You're a slave until you do. You guys have any other questions? We're going to hour 17 in right now. Okay. Look at this, you guys. Amina says he was a tax accountant for 20 years. Yes, let me read that one more time for you guys so you guys can understand job titles mean nothing. Debt cares less. Debt doesn't even care about your job. He was a tax accountant for 20 years, and he's given somebody this type of advice. You get out the debt matrix and you guys come over here, you will be free as a bird. Would you guys believe me? Check this out. Would you guys believe me if I told you life wasn't really expensive? Life's not even expensive. Life is not even expensive. I didn't know you could legally not pay taxes. I didn't know that. Yes, let me say that one more time. I did not know you could legally not pay taxes. Let me give you an example, okay? Let me give you a quick example. And this is just my Nicer says, LJ almost sprayed us all when he's seen that. Check this out. I'm gonna give you an example how you can legally not pay taxes. I'm gonna give you, say like you open your own business, okay? Say like you bought and I'm gonna keep things small and round numbers. Say like you bought a product for $30 wholesale, okay? Now, when you get that amount of money, when you get that product in your business, you got to pay taxes on that product that you buy. So you bought it at wholesale, right? You buy it for 30. The government expects you to pay taxes on that 30, okay? Now, you take that product, you double it, and you include the tax. So say like you had $5 to pay. So I'm gonna just keep round numbers. Say like you had to pay $5 on that $30 product. You double the product. So say like you double it, you get it for 30, you charge 60 so you can double to make your profit, but now you charge 65. You make your money, include the tax into the price. Do you ever pay taxes? Voila. You never pay taxes legally. See how I did that? You buy $30 for your whatever. You double it, 60, so you can make a profit. And then the $5 taxes that you owe to the IRS on the $30 product, right? You charge 65 for the product. You never pay taxes legally. See how that is? Bam. Nonstop Dre says, most college professors I've had just lie to kids and screw them over. That's why they're college professors. Straight up. That's it. Tax accountant talking like that. That's why, Dark Man, you can't worry about a person's job title. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Debt doesn't care what you do. It doesn't care. Dark Man says, insult to my profession. Don't be insulted, Dark Man. I'm sure there are other people in your profession just like you. I mean, not like you, but in your field that are just in debt. They don't know. They don't know. Nicer says, that shocked you too, huh, Jeff? Yeah. It doesn't shock me. All right, I'm back. All right, you guys, we're gonna cut this off in about 9 minutes. Okay, we're gonna go about 1 hour and 30. Any other questions? Any other questions? Sorry, Dark Man. I sure hate to, but I just want you to understand, man. I was making my last job. I was making $160,000 a year, and I was still living paycheck to paycheck. Why? I was in debt. I was in debt. Any other questions before I get off of here? Any other questions? Thank you guys for all joining. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. There's free 30-minute consultation right there at the bottom, scrolling along. Jump on, go to my website, schedule yourself. Please, please, please make sure you select your time zone so I can make sure I call on time, because sometimes people don't select it and our times are off. But I usually verify it anyway. Hey, do you mean this time, East Coast, Pacific, Central, whatever, right? So let me throw these up there so I forget. I got my t-shirts coming out here soon. They still haven't arrived. I'm still waiting on them. Here is my Cash App. And here is my PayPal donation link. Quentin says, have you gotten a chance to check out any of the resort in Myrtle Beach since you're here? Any of the resorts? I mean, I live so close to the beach. I haven't been to any of the resorts. I go down there a lot to think. I like driving down by the beach, getting out, sitting on the beach, thinking. That's why I love living here, because it's not, Myrtle Beach is not busy. It's a little bit of the city, but not as congested as the city, because I grew up in Seattle, which was always congested, but not so much congestion. I'm doing what I love, man. I love what I do. But I haven't gone to a resort, but that's a good idea, Quentin. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to take my girl to we're going to spend the weekend in one of these resorts since we're here. It doesn't matter. You know, people come here for a vacation and I live here. So I thank you, Quentin, for throwing that out there. Appreciate it. Are you in Quentin? Where are you at? You in what part of South Carolina are you in? And Darkman, you're in Charleston, correct? Yeah, Quentin, I'm excited. Hey, man, I'm excited about these T-shirts. I'm excited about these T-shirts. You know what? You know what I'm excited the most though? I'm excited to see the people's reactions when they read it, because they're going to see the front says Google's hashtag savings minus debt, and then on the back says your money equals your money in real life. They're going to be like, what does that mean? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Google this and find out. Thank you, Nicer. Oh, Quentin's in Mount Pleasant. Okay. All right. Been drove through there on my way to Charleston every now and then. Okay. Still a nice looking area. I like driving through there. Man, what was today was, I know it was 70 a couple days ago. I know it was 70, right? Oh no, it was 70 today too, Nicer. It was 70. Let me see what the rest of the week is going to be. Let's see. 68 tomorrow. 66, 70 Sunday, 70 Monday. So 70s. Way better than Seattle. Way better. Oh, I love it here. Best move I could have ever did out of my whole entire life. I love it here. Any other questions? I got about 4 minutes and then we're getting off here. Any other questions? I appreciate that, Quentin. No, man, I am. I'm really excited about them shirts, man. I really am. I've been waiting for them. I gotta actually. I'll probably shoot those guys an email and see where they're at, because they told me a couple weeks, so I really don't bug people about today, but I bug them about it. But yeah, it was 70 today. I was just looking on my phone. It was 70 today. I love going to walk in 70-degree weather. Love it. Any other questions? Hey, Quentin, we should think about hooking up like at a Starbucks or something, man. Let me know. I'll come up to Mount Pleasant. It's not that far from where I'm at. Then we can just talk in person, man. That'll be cool. I haven't really met any of my clients in person, because anybody can be anywhere to be a client. So let me know. I appreciate you guys all. Again, there's my website at the bottom. We're going to wrap this up. Yeah, let me know. Let me know, Quentin. We can meet up in person. I can come up. I don't have a regular job, so you let me know your schedule and we can do that. Okay? All right, you guys, I appreciate you. I hope you guys know I appreciate you all. Nicer. You know I appreciate you. I really do. Everybody that follows SMD family, thank you, everybody. Please like, share my channel, share my hashtag. Just all you got to do is you don't even have to tell them my name. Just say, hey, Google hashtag savings minus debt. I am the only person that'll pop up. The only person. For those of you that have never seen that, let me make sure. What did I do with that? Right there. This is all you got to do is tell a person about my channel. Just tell them to Google that. I would be the only person that pops up. And no, I didn't pay Google for that. It's just that I'm just telling the truth. It is. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life, period. Okay? Okay, you got my email, Quentin? Just in case, let me throw that up there. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. There's my email. Let me know. We can do that. That'll be cool. All right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. All right. Day after Christmas. I hope you guys all had a good Christmas, happy holidays, and happy New Year. And I'm sure you guys will see me on before New Year's. All right, have a good one.